well without a hat pin, but a hat pin would go through the back. There's two sets of strings. One is a functional string that will hold the bonnet on. The other would be nice, long, wide ribbons to be decorative. Really not all that functional. Let's see. What other little things have I left out? I guess one of the things that always amazed me as I did some, as I've acquired more knowledge about the fabrics, is that whole optical illusion thing that I mentioned, the wide shoulders. Anything to make you look small, petite, dainty. And that's part of the reason behind the pagoda sleeves. By making your arms perhaps look a little bit larger, it made your hands look very tiny and fair and gentle. And that was one of the reasonings behind some of the wider sleeves that they saw, was to create the illusion again of a delicate female form. Here's another bonnet. Very decorated, floral interior, laces, ribbons, trims. Really gave the ladies a chance to express themselves. She would go out with a shawl on, most likely. Here's a wool paisley. Might be a hand crocheted or hand knitted. If the weather was quite cold, she would probably have on a wool cloak, perhaps with a hood. What else would she have? She'd have a reticule with her. To be her purse. Imagine, ladies, fitting everything you needed into one of these to go out for the day. She would have a few coins in it and maybe some calling cards, and that would complete her ensemble. And she would be ready for a day of visiting. Now, we do have some other ladies seated here in a variety of different dresses. Monica's going to start. Okay. We have some costume changes, or dress changes. Like they're not costumes, and we try to make them a little more reproduction than just costumes. So I think we have Monica coming out. And I will perhaps defer to Rachel. Would you like to work on costume descriptions, or would you like to Hannah and I to do ours and then get out of the way? Why don't you? We were going to do the work dresses first and then the day dress. Fine. I will work our way up to fancy. Okay. Where are we staying here? Yeah, I want to meander around.
This is Dell. Oh, I don't want to put it first. These are what we call working dresses. They were in cotton. They're still wearing the accoutrements that Kathy showed us. Now Dell has her apron on for going out to the garden. She's also sporting a big cap, which were still in fashion with older ladies, even though they had gone out of fashion in the younger sex. It would have covered her hair, which is dressed. She could have taken her apron off and gone to market and basically fancied herself up. Now, she wants to go out in the garden. She doesn't want to get tan, so she put on her sunbonnet. Right over the day cap. She might have worn a fancier bonnet over her day cap as well. And she has her garden gloves. Now also, because of the size of her dress, she could unbutton her sleeve and roll them up if she needed to.
Am I ready to go outside?
Now she's ready to go outside. Now Monica has another version of the day dress. It's a little bit more decorated. Again, most women made their own clothes, and they decorated it to meet the needs of their status in the community and basically their role in the household. Now, she's got a little bit of lace and ribbon trim. Now, most of these dresses are made, they either hook or button up the front. Most of them hook up the front because hooks are a lot easier to apply than buttonholes, because every buttonhole would have been handmade. Also, trims were expensive. You could take the trim off and put it on another piece of clothing. Likewise, if you had buttons up the front, they were frequently decorative. Now, these are buttons. Hers actually buttons. So she took the time to make all those buttonholes. Because even though the sewing machine has been invented and was becoming quite common, that sewing machine was the first item that you could purchase on a payment plan. Because they were expensive and you couldn't afford to pay up front. But you could buy them in installments. And that's one of the ways they made the sewing machine popular. But the sewing machines at that time would not do a buttonhole. So you were quite ambitious to put buttonholes on the front of your dress. The other thing about having you hook up the front is you don't have a maid to get it. You can get in and out of it by yourself. And also the skirts were attached. Now if they were separate, you needed hook and eyes all the way around to keep from pulling apart. And the skirt and the top were almost always the same fabric. So you got a very uniform look. But again, she had the hair dress, the part down the middle. She wanted an oval face, a sloping shoulder. And she's not wearing a hoop because she's working around the house. And we reenactors have an expression, hoop coming through. Because when I walk through my modern house with this on, I knock everything over. Yes, as she went outside, she just slip her hoop on. Typically, one of these skirts, we go into Martin's and we buy the whole bolt. It takes about 9 to 10 yards. The mercantile. Well,
Martin's mercantile.
Martin's mercantile. You might be familiar with that. But one of these skirts, like modern fabric is about 45 inches wide. Back then, it was either 23 or 36. And my skirt is about 4 panels wide. So it's full enough to cover my hoop. And likewise, her day dress is very full, so she could fit the hoop on. Thank you. So we go down. Now, Hannah is wearing a little fancier outfit. Now, she has a little open sleeve with an undersleeve. Again, we're trying to protect the dress from you. White cotton is easy to wash. Now, her particular dress is cotton. The cotton stripes are very popular. The cotton mills in New England, at least before the war started and they could get cotton, were turning out some very fine fabrics. And in that time period, there was no artificial fiber. There was wool, cotton, silk, or linen. Now, summertime, you wear cotton, or you would wear a very lightweight wool that might have been a wool silk blend if you had the money to purchase that. And now she is sporting the silk, which were popular in the underset. Again, we want to emphasize the narrow waist.